Editor's note, Madam Ma'am served 9 consecutive terms as Primus for the Justice, and since her resignation following her being found not guilty for destruction of her mother Cruella DeVille, she has been a champion of sorts for all the efforts these orientations attempt to accomplish.
Forward. By former Justice Primus, Anita Carmen San Diego-Deville, also known as Mistress Mem. Greetings readers or watchers on the World Wide Web. I am the legendary Mistress Mem of renown and fame. I am also a big fan of all the work the Gold Agents have done so far. I was there at the very beginning, don't you know? In fact, I remember it like it was yesterday. I was sitting in my office signing papers, authorizing the temporary use of waterboarding, and simultaneously playing cards with my friends, when those 2 punishment core slackers decided they had too much free time and felt the need to bother me. I had already used the trapdoor trick to get rid of an earlier visitor, so I couldn't very well use the same trick twice, so I cast a spell with a timer that put a sword on Damnacles mode to be suspended above their heads while they were in my office. Everything was set, and when the knock came, I answered, "Come in! Come in!" That was when I decided they should be scared upon entering to up the ante a little. When the door swung open, I breathed a column of fire that singed the first writer's eyebrows and made the other guy behind him shriek in terror. Pardon me. "Well met, gentlemen," I said, and offered them a seat. "Please sit down. And don't mind the snakes. We were just playing a game of cards, as you can see." The one with the blackened eyebrows sat down after relocating the coral snake to my table, whereupon it entered the skull I keep on my desk for them to relax in during Mummy's work hours. The other one did not sit, and it was probably for the better, as the rattlesnake had been winning and was still lifting its head up above the desk with 2 cards still in its jaws. "I'm sorry, Carl. Melania. Jeffrey, it appears Mumsy has work to do. Would you excuse us?" I said, motioning them to all get into the desk skull. Once they were cleared out, I reached out and slapped the one sitting down, and it somehow worked to get the other one to sit down. I'm not really sure how it worked, but who argues with results? "Better make this quick," I told the 2 gravely. "The rattlesnake was up by 300, and if I don't win it back before I go home, I may have to destroy you. Destroy it. Him. Carl, the snake. What do you want already?" The fear in their eyes was like sunshine to me, and I could tell they wanted permission to do something twisted, possibly dangerous, and maybe even a bit on the evil side. I knew how to flip any good-doing project of theirs they had in kind into something truly diabolical, so of course I heard them out. The first one managed to give me some nonsense assurance that what they wanted to do was on the up and up, and at the very least there was absolutely no way what they had planned would come back on me or my administration. However, at this point my patience was at its solemn end, and it was likely my own deadpan stare that brought the writers back to the frightening reality, and they outlined the idea for this miniseries. I might have been able to turn the other agent into a howler monkey, and he would still be as silent as the grave. And I was even humming the incantation under my breath to do just that, when at last the little turds cut to the chase and asked permission. If they had known me better, they would know that I'm all about not asking permission, but in fact, I tend to not even apologize either. The look on their faces gave me a good idea of what might give them heart attacks later in life, so I filed that information away, and offered a gesture that one might use when the dog has entered a room it's not supposed to be in. "Just tell my secretary what forms you need and I'll sign for them. Now, if you don't mind," I said, and as they left my office, the snakes crawled out of the table skull, and it was Jeffrey's turn to deal. As we began another round of blackjack, I had settled down from the intrusion and was about to enjoy the game with my friends when I remembered the sword spell. I shrugged. Then I heard a scream from the hallway, and that was how this whole thing started. If I had known how successful they would be, I would have asked for a cut, but as you are aware, the fools continue to distribute Justice Grimm free of charge. Bunch of altruistic idiots. But I don't expect the young to understand that it's all about retiring and being an overbearing burden to society while attempting to squeeze any and all respect from the rest. In conclusion, what you're about to experience is without a doubt the most devious, most outrageous piece of brainwashing propaganda that only the very best spiders could have, or maybe should have written. Either way, estimate. And thank you all for all that wonderful suffering and constant pain, and oh yes, the sacrifice. Yes, oh dear, I forgot what I was just ranting about. Oh well, probably doesn't matter. Enjoy.